Hello, welcome. Today I'll be teaching you all how to use Blender. Blender is actually a free to use platform to make 3D models, movies, or anything. You can make animations, a whole lot of stuff, and it's completely free. So, first, I'll show you how to get it. First, go to blender.org. There will be a big download button, which is easy to find, and another download Blender button. Just click on that, and your file will be ready to download. Okay, it has finished downloading. You can just click on the file. I've already done that. And so there will be this Blender setup wizard. Here you will just need to follow through and it will automatically download everything for you. This pop-up will be there. You can just click outside and you'll be able to do that. Okay, first, when you load a Blender, you'll get confused by all the buttons and very hard vocabulary here. You don't need to worry about all that right now. You'll have a cube in the middle and some lines like a grid. You can turn around or look around using the middle mouse button. So the middle mouse button. To select, you can use the left click and right click for other options regarding the object. When you look around, you'll be able to see a cube, light, and a camera. First, let's just delete this cube right here, and let's add a much more interesting tree. You can go over here, add, uh, choose, or there's a short key or hotkey here that I can use. There is Shift A, and you'll be able to select. It's the same thing, but Shift A is much more easier than just moving head to here. Shift A, and let's take mesh. Mesh, let's choose something interesting. There's plane, cube, circle, UV sphere, ecosphere, cylinder, cone, torus, grid, and monkey. So we got this monkey here. Um, and let's just say that we want to move it around. So we have this move tool here. You can just click on an object and you can see these arrows. These arrows help you move around the object in any direction. Or if you click this white circle, I don't know if you can see it, you can freehand move it around. It might be hard for you to just go right here and then press the move, so there is a shortcut for that. Just select the object and press G, and you'll be able to move it around. If you want to move it on a particular axis, you'll have to press the axis button. So just press G and press Y to move it around the Y axis, and Z to move it around the Z axis, X to move it around the X axis. Um, there is another way. You can just move it around and press middle click, and it'll just snap to the nearest axis. This is much more easier than just pressing each key. So I like to use this method. Alright, now let's check out the light and the camera. You'll be able to check the camera view through this button right here, or the number 0. So just press 0, and yeah, you can see the view through the camera. If you just press 0 again, it goes like that. Let's just say we want to move this camera, so I just press G, and you'll be able to move the camera around. Use middle mouse button to change the axis also. Here. focusing. I'm just moving my hands. Okay, so another feature that I just want to show is shift and middle mouse button to pan. After panning, it's yeah, you can just instead of just focusing on one object, you can just pan over to the side, work on here. It's really useful. And now just this and yes, that looks like a knife. So I've positioned the camera right in front of the monkey. So now there is a render button, and you can just press the render image or the hotkey F12. But one thing you'll notice is there's no light in the face of the monkey, even though when we look at this, wow, there's light on the face. So because when we render it, um, this directional light actually shows on render. So you can actually go to the render view just to check out how it looks. Before you take a photo, that is when you go to the top right, you can find when you're in viewport shading. You can go to this fourth one right here. This is render shading, and yes, this looks around how our photo turned out to be. So let's just move the light next to the camera so we can get a clear shot of the monkey's face. Choose the middle mouse button and then move in this direction. While you're moving, you can actually see the light changing in the monkey's face. I think this is a good spot. Keep that there. Let's actually take another photo. Render image. Actually, I'm just hotkey F12. Uh, yes, you have more light. You can actually save the image just by clicking image, save as, and then you can just save it here. Just show it to your friends. And other cool little thing, you can now see this all these jagged lines. It doesn't really look like a monkey. It looks more like a robot, and what we need is a monkey. So another thing you can do is you can select the object, press right click, and there will be shade smooth. Shade smooth just averages the faces on your object. It makes this smooth little object. Let's take a photo of that. Let's render the image. And look at that. It's, and does not look like a robot at all. But you can still see these jagged lines even though it's smooth over here. On the edge you can see all these jagged lines. How do we do that? That's actually a very important property. If you go to this right bottom side of your uh, monitor, you can actually see modifiers. It's just a wrench icon thing. You can just add a modifier. Here you can just press generate and subdivision surface. This is actually a really useful one. It actually just completely smooth them out. I'll just if you just to remove the shade smooth, you can press shade flat and find 0. This is how it looked before. You can just add more faces to the object, just making it smoother and smoother. Around at the level 4, it's just smooth enough. You don't need any more. This is only on the viewport. So when we render this, F, F12, um, it won't look the same. Look, it doesn't look the same. It's still jagged. So change that. That is, there's another option here called render. This is where the photos are. When you take a photo, that is render the image. It's set to 0, so let's put that to forward. We change render, it doesn't change anything in the viewport. Um, it only does when you render it. So F12 red image, and this time hopefully yes, you don't see that jagged outlines. It looks all smooth. There's still one issue remaining. It's just gray. Some shadows, but still just gray. You need some color. So to add some color, you need to go to this material properties icon and add a new property, not property, new material. It's time to do now. All we need is the base color. So base color, yeah, when you scroll around the wheel, you can actually see the monkey changing color. Let's have a brown. It's actually, oh yeah, I mean, it does look orange rather than brown, but that is fine. Orange monkeys are still. Orange monkeys are still. So now let's render the image using F12. There you go, an orange monkey.